guys, Mapletail here. Welcome back to my Year of Art Challenges, the series where I take on a different prompt list every month of the year. Today's challenge is Wildfrost Week, a prompt list I put together in honor of the 3rd anniversary of one of my favorite games. Let's get into it. Let's start by taking a look at the prompts. I wanted them to all come straight from the game, starting with the storm that sets the world of Wildfrost into an eternal winter. Tundra is the first area of the game, and Companion is for the allies you meet along the way. Ice Caves is the second area, and Charm is for, well, the charms you collect to boost your cards. The Frostlands represents the final area of the game, and Sun is for the ultimate goal of freeing the sun from its cube of ice. I wanted the prompts to feel like the journey you take through the game, which is where I got the idea to compile all my drawings into a comic at the end. But first, those drawings. They'll focus on my Shademancer OC, Starloom, and her own journey through the Wildfrost. It's a little bit of a sequel or remake to the zine that I made about the same character, back when she was my only real Wildfrost OC. So this set of drawings were able to focus more on all the companions she met on her travels. Since it was going to end up as a comic, I wanted the pieces to be cohesive and not overly complicated, to make things a little easier on myself. For the color palette, I decided to use the beiges of the prompt list, which I pulled from Wildfrost's maps and journal pages, along with a little bit of black and white. I actually started with day 7 and then did the rest in chronological order. So the final day is on the simpler side, while the rest get progressively more detailed. That's kind of the opposite of how these prompt lists usually go for me. I guess that's the benefit of it only being a week long. The sun drawing features Sunbringer Starloom gazing up at the recently freed sun, blocking its brightness from her eyes. I was able to find a good reference image for this pose, so that helped a lot. I think it's a nice, hopeful ending to a journey filled with trials. Storm has us return all the way to Starloom's childhood, watching her father, Blueloom, a character I played a run through Wildfrost with once, leaving their home of Snowdwell to take his own journey to attempt to thaw the frozen lands. The sun seen hanging over the scene in its block of ice. A young Starloom watches on from the safety of town, knowing that if her father fails to return, she will one day follow in his footsteps, and the footsteps of many of her people before and after him. Tundra sees the real start of Starloom's journey, years later, walking through the snowy fields and forests outside her village. She comes across her first ally, Talon, an imposing figure who specializes in the powerful teeth ability, a helpful friend to have in the battles ahead. Companion comes not long after, Starloom and Talon coming across Orianne, frozen in a crystal of ice, a mage who specializes in overburn magic. Another welcome addition to the party. On to Ice Caves, where Starloom meets up with relative Desmond, who had gone on a journey just before, with his mother Redloom, who perished in those very caves. Desmond's ability of Demonize falling short in such a dangerous place. The pair look at their reflections in the ice-filled cavern, Starloom's mask having broken in a battle there, leaving her with the scars she now carries. Charm features the final party member, Lula. The group found her as an injured companion who fled from the Frostlands after the defeat of her former Shademancer leader, Mono, a character I also once played as. The first time I nearly beat the game, only to lose at the final fight, and who I chose as a mother to Starloom. Lula warns her new party leader of the perils ahead, gifting her a charm to protect herself. Starloom now wearing a new mask since the shattering of her old one, the face of Mawjaw, the toughest trial in the ice caves. Frostlands. They arrive in the final area of their travels. Crystals jutting out from the ground, the very landscape screaming danger. But Starloom stands firm, urged on by the spirits of those lost along the way, Shademancers going back generations. Their ghostly broken masks surrounding Starloom, the one who will finally complete the journey and bring the sun back to the frozen land. I had a lot of fun with this art challenge. Wildfrost is such an important game to me, so I really wanted to do something to celebrate it, and I've never seen an art challenge or anything like that for it, so that felt perfect. It was really cool seeing some other fans participate as well. The community may be pretty small, but really special. I've met a lot of cool people through it. And if I'm still into the fandom next year, which I'm sure I will be, I'd love to run another Pompless then too. I first played Wildfrost the day it was released, 3 years ago now, and it has really stuck with me ever since. It's among the most challenging games I've ever played, so my love for it was hard fought. I went from winning about 1 to 3% of the time and rarely making it past the ice caves, to now breezing past bosses that used to terrify me, winning more attempts than not, and being one achievement away from fully completing it. Something I feel a little bittersweet about. I don't want to be finished with it. But even if one day I don't return to the game, I'll always have the memories I made with it, and the stories and characters I created inspired by it. And I think that's pretty lovely. Thanks for watching. I think I've said all I needed to say, so I'll leave y'all with a little reading of my final Wildfrost Week comic. So here you go, and otherwise, I'll see you next Thursday. I remember not when the storm came, only the day I swore to make it all go away. I set off alone, meeting friends in the tundra as my skills were honed, freeing companions of the cold. With their strength at my side, I would not fold. As we took on a cavern of ice, a familiar face was reflected back twice. One final friend, a charm to protect, a warning of what lay ahead. I've traveled far in these frost-cursed lands, following their footsteps right to the end. And at last, I feel the heat of the sun on my face, for all those who perished along the way.